Great, here we go again. Can you imagine anyone using a book like this as a moral guide? Right here it teaches you to take helpless women as sex slaves. How pathetic.
Yeah, okay, Sam. What's pathetic here is that you can't tell the difference between a historical narrative and moral instruction.
Don't give me that. As I said, this teaches by example.
Oh, sure it does. All you have to do is reproduce exactly the same social and historical context, and you're good to go. And you do know what those contexts are, right? Time's up. This passage in Numbers does indeed raise a lot of hackles, and there's 3 elements usually cited. 2 of these also affect other narratives, so we're going to leave those aside for later projects, and concentrate on what's unique to Numbers. Within this element are 2 sub-elements, reflecting the most common objections. Wouldn't you say so, Sam?
Yeah, you bet I would. Let's start with that first one, picking out the virgins. That's disgusting.
Oh, how so?
Well, sheesh, how'd they figure out which ones were the virgins? You figure it out. The only way to do that was to submit each of them to a humiliating physical inspection.
Now this is a perfect example of what I mean when I say that fundy atheists don't know anything about social or historical context. Since they live in today's world, they assume there's only one way to detect a virgin, and that's, well, to conduct a gynecological exam. But in other cultures than ours, that's not the case. Virginity was indicated outwardly, by the wearing of certain clothes or jewelry or cosmetics. So that's one element taken care of. No humiliating inspection needed. What's next, Sam?
Well, isn't it obvious? Why'd they take only virginal women? Obviously those disgusting barbarians wanted a bunch of sex slaves.
Heh, they say our minds are in the gutter. Well, again, what's obvious when you add a modern context isn't quite so obvious when you add an ancient one. Here's the factors we need to consider. First, both boys and girls in this time were married at a very early age, as early as 12 to 14. That means the average age of one of these virgins would have been, 5. And that's a little young to enlist as what Sam calls sex slaves, unless your mind is deeper in the gutter than we thought. Even if it is, though, there's a second point. Namely, unlike the Greeks and Romans, the peoples of the ancient Near East didn't use their captives for sexual purposes. Instead, female captives were used for household duties, like weaving or household chores.
Oh, come on, give me a break. Household chores? Isn't it obvious that there's really only one good reason they take these girls captive instead of killing them? It even says they're to take them for yourselves.
Actually, the obvious reason to do so is found elsewhere in the text, if you're paying attention. First, as to that phrase, for yourselves, it's not actually referring to for your pleasure, but it is a reference to the opposite condition of for God, which applied to all people or property which were supposed to be destroyed in certain combat situations. Second, the reason for the reservation is found here, in the judgment on Israel, which killed 24,000 of their own number. What we're seeing here is population replacement, making up for those lost 24,000 by assimilating these young girls into Israelite society.
Alright, look, you're pretty handy with the excuses, but why did they even have to go to war with these people in the first place, huh?
That's a fair question, Sam. We'll pick it up next time.
Ow! What was that for?
That was for next time.